What's going on, guys? Today, I just thought, just before it comes out in about, I think we're on the 4th today of April. So I think it's going to come out in 16 days, which is just over 2 weeks. So, God of War, PS4. What I've been seeing when I'm on YouTube a lot, is constantly, I just keep seeing these different videos about kind of like God of War changing. And, how is it going to impact? Is it going to be very polarizing for all its fans? Is it that, is it that much different from what it was? So I just want to give my little take on it because I've been a fan of God of War since the original game, and it was a breath of fresh air when I first played it. It was very much like a Devil May Cry or like a I can't even explain. It was just very, very stylish and strong. But then it got progressively more realistic in its graphical fidelity. But it started out as this very, very dynamic, hardcore hack and slash game. And still, when I look at the new one, I'm still impressed. Yeah, there's blatant differences. But I just want to go into them. I just want to go into them and talk about, will it change God of War? Because the way people are talking about it like it's gonna be completely different. It's gonna be ruined. But I don't think that's the real. I don't think that's reality. It still kind of keeps a lot of elements of what made it itself. So, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm probably shooting for about 5 to 7 minutes. I don't want to go too long. So let's run through it. I wrote some notes. So has it changed too much? I feel like every game that's going to progress needs to have some level of change or some change that is implemented to make the game more appealing to a new audience or to kind of refresh the game. Just like in music, how artists don't stay the same their entire career. And that's almost 100% for every artist. Just like how athletes' game evolve. LeBron James at the start of his career is not the same LeBron James we have now. Kobe was never the same from his start to the end of his career. Neither was Mike Jordan. Neither was like Magic Johnson. So, that's just basketball players because it's my favorite sport. But has it changed too much? So far, we've seen bits. We've seen quite a lot, to be honest, because people really want this game. This game's it's going to be the big one for a lot of people this year. For me, it's that and Spider-Man. But has it changed too much? When I really look at it, it still, kind of maintains a lot of things, which leads me to a lot of points. It's still very brutal. Kratos is still a savage killer. He's still a complete warrior. He still kills his opponents. Combat still looks extremely fun. It's still, has a very similar theme than before. Yeah, he has a son now, but we've had stories where he's been tragically chasing after a child. We've had stories where he's interacted with children. I'm not trying to say they were 100% focused on that, but a lot of Kratos' focus is the fact that he, killed his child and stuff. So he's dealt with being a father before. Not so much in the way where you can interact with his son, and his son has his own button on the joypad, but he's dealt with those themes before. Now we're just deep diving into it because his son's alive now as well. His son probably is going to be the next character in the series to take over. I hope not, personally. I don't really like when franchises do that, but I understand. And it is what it is if they do. But I feel like with this is it's very polarizing because I think when we're looking at Kratos, and I'm really realizing now that I'm not going to make my 5-minute mark that I wanted to make. It's probably going to be about 10 minutes. When we look at Kratos, people kind of want him. A lot of people see Kratos as a bad guy, which I think is a complete fallacy. I think Kratos was a relatively he was a relatively stereotypical Greek hero character who was kind of disrespected for an extreme period of time, made to kill his own family. I think the vengeance that he requires or required, because it's been fulfilled now, was completely sound, to be fair. I just think a lot of people that would require vengeance against the Greek gods wouldn't have been able to get it. And I think out of everyone in the Greek pantheon or the stories or whatever mythos, he's the one in this story that actually got that and did away with the Greek gods, which were quite negative people in that realm. A lot of people say he destroyed the planet. Well, clearly not if he's in the Norse world now. So clearly he just probably destroyed Greece, and which isn't good either because he killed millions of people, I believe, but still doesn't make him the bad guy. Anyway, my battery's flashing, guys, so we might be gone at any time. But I think the key issue that we have here is that Kratos, he's very similar to how he was, except he has a son. He's still a complete badass. He's still gonna rip people's heads off, possibly bash people, grab people, rip people's limbs off. Yeah, they've taken away jump mechanics, but that doesn't really matter, to be fair. A lot of games don't really have a jump button. Assassin's Creed doesn't really have a jump button, and that's a game where you can do parkour, but you don't really have a jump button to double jump and such. So it's not that, to me, it's not that much different. It's kind of like, it stayed the same, but they've changed certain kind of feels of the game. And the jump button's been removed. But Heavenly Sword didn't have a jump button. That was very much like a God of War game. So, it's not so bad. I just think people need to get over it. Get over the initial idea that this game's polarizing. But anyway, guys, my camera's dying. I'm sorry about the short video. I guess 7 minutes was closer to where I thought it was going to be. But I've been Fiji. This is where I think and I feel. Please like and subscribe, share if you want to. It helps me get off the ground. And I'll see you guys in the next one. God of War PS4 for the win. Peace!